Welcome to the brand new SLS hotel here in Barcelona, where we are staying for 3 days and going to check out everything it has to offer and show you guys around. Let's check it out. To start with, we already have some very fancy cars sitting out the front here, and this amazing lobby is very, very fancy from the outside and even more fancy from the inside. So let's show you around the lobby. So behind me is the amazing lobby. They have a really nice little coffee bar with really good coffee and snacks, as well as a bar. And they also have like a little DJ booth, and we saw the other night. It's a little bit like a party hotel in here, but as you can see, the aesthetics are pretty crazy. This is their love tunnel, where people get the classic picture with the arch, and you'll see there's loads of photo opportunities everywhere, and it's very, very aesthetic here. But of course, we've got to start with the most important bit. Let me take you up to the room. Okay, it is room tour time in this very, very fancy lift. All the lifts are like got these screens in them, and it's part of the experience. And as you come out the lift, all the branding and cool furniture and everything carries on until we reach our room. So we're currently in room 442. I'll give you a tour. So we just booked one of the standard rooms, but it is super, super nice. Very luxury, like everything else in the hotel. You come in, big mirror, then you've got this open wardrobe space where you can put your bags. Obviously a toilet. There's this very modern touch controller with all the settings and all the AC that you need. Then we have this open bathroom area. Again, very nice. It has all the little amenities, full amenity kit inside, and there's even like a makeup area that Eb's been using. And we have actually been staying here for a few days, so the room is used. And then you've got this massive shower, really nice overhead, very hot and very cold, so perfect. And then the main event is the massive, massive bedroom. Now, this bed is super, super comfortable. We really haven't wanted to leave the room this trip because it's just so comfortable. You have the sort of artwork everywhere, a massive TV, and there's so much detail to this room, like all the finishings and everything. And they actually do like a turn down service. So when we come in at night, they've made the bed again. They put like a SLS branded face mask down for us and some like slippers. So it's definitely very luxury here. Then you have this area here that has a full mini bar. It's okay pricing, a little bit pricey for some of the more expensive stuff, but it's all good quality alcohols and snacks, sort of 5 to 10 euros for some of them. And then a little sofa area, which I actually sat and did some work from. And then the main event is obviously this incredible balcony. Let me show you around. Now with this hotel, it's kind of based in this U shape here, and we're all overlooking the amazing pool. It's a very spacious balcony where we've been sitting out here chilling. And one of the main things is it overlooks this marina, but a really, really cool view up here, a massive room, and it seems pretty standard everywhere. I think there's some suites and things up the top, but again, prices start to creep up quite a bit. But next, I'm going to take you down here to the coral bar and the little pool area. And a pro tip is always tell a hotel that it's some sort of special occasion. I told them it's our anniversary, and look what we got. We've got a nice little custom note and some very nice looking chocolate strawberries. It turns out we have an anniversary sort of every week, every time we go away. Thank you, SLS. So we have come down to the pool area. There is Coral Bar just here, and we had some food and drinks, and as always here, it was very, very good. The pool area is a little bit small actually. There's not that many sunbeds, so on a busy day like the weekend when we stayed here, you do have to get down a little bit early, but luckily it's not as hot today, so there's not as many people out here, so you can get a bed pretty easily. The views are pretty amazing looking out onto this new marina here in Barcelona. And there's also these little cabanas and little seating areas all around, so if you don't get a sunbed right at the front, there's still lots of options. But the water is freezing cold. We have a cold plunge at home, and it is as cold as that, so you've been warned. But very, very nice and very, very chill, as everywhere here in the SLS. Now there is also a rooftop pool up there, but it is closed because they had an event last night. So there's some stage and stuff that's being set up. But it's a really, really cool view, even smaller than the one down here. So to get a bed up there is pretty challenging, but it's worth it for the views. You get that sort of elevated view from the rooftop, looking over the marina as well. So that is definitely our preferred pool, but both are equally as nice. Now I wanted to show you a little bit of what is around the SLS hotel. So here it is behind me. It's pretty big actually. There must be a couple hundred rooms. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the food options you got here. This is an incredible tapas restaurant. We ate there the other night and they had really nice cocktails, and the tapas was the best tapas I've had in Barcelona. I've been here a few times now and tried lots of tapas, but this was incredible. It totaled about 90 euros for us to have about 6 or 7 dishes and a couple of drinks each, which is fairly reasonable, but it was very high end and fancy tasty food, so that was definitely worth it. And here on the other side you have Laura. This one is the breakfast buffet restaurant. It's 35 euros to eat in there for breakfast, or it's 30 euros if you book it at the reception. So we've done that for one morning and it was very, very good. They had a huge selection of hot, cold food, fruits and even cava. So you literally have a bit of everything. Probably worth it considering by the time you go out to another breakfast place and have a few drinks or whatever. But yeah, very, very tasty yet again. Now there is a couple of other restaurants which we didn't have enough time to try, but there's one on the 5th floor and on the rooftop. So there's lots of options if you just want to stay inside this hotel. And while we're talking about the restaurants, we actually ordered room service. Now there was an extra €5 delivery fee for the room service, which seems a bit unnecessary, but the food was pretty good. Pizza wasn't great, but we had some chicken and that was pretty nice, and the way they deliver it to the room and everything was very good. The fries are good, apparently, Dylan's saying. This is actually part of a brand new port here in Barcelona. Just behind me over there is a load of boats, and it feels very high end, but there's this nice pathway. Some of it is still being built, as you can see behind me, and this hotel only opened 3 months ago, so it is brand new. Now it is a little bit far out from the centre of Barcelona. It's about a 40-minute walk, or there is a tram stop just 2 or 3 minutes down the road. We actually got this tram the other day and it takes you right into the centre of town in about 20 minutes, and it was like €3 a person. So it is still connected to the city. There is also taxis always waiting outside to take you wherever you need to go. As well as that, there is actually a small mall that we managed to find, and it's about a 10-minute walk away, and it's got loads of shops and supermarkets if you wanted to buy some stuff. But again, it's really not that far into town, and there is still a lot of stuff going on around here. But we actually went for a run the other morning all around this area, and it's got some incredible views over this little marina. There's also the little place down here where you can hire like jet skis and boats and things, and you can tell it is brand new. Sounds like there's some building works going on in the gym, but let me show you around. There's this little seating area outside. But then we head into the gym. So it is a really good little gym here. They have all the equipment you could imagine. I didn't get many clips because people were actually working out in there, but they have every machine. There's a nice little view outside if you're on one of the running machines. And there's even like this little room with a load of bikes that looks like they do some sort of spin class or something. So lots of options in there, and the gym is actually open 24/7. So if you want a 3 AM workout, you can do that. But again, everywhere's just so aesthetic and nice. Really, really love this hotel. But that pretty much brings an end to our tour, so let's wrap it up. So that kind of wraps up our tour of the SLS hotel. We're going to be getting up to a load of stuff here in Barcelona, where we're going to spend a full 48 hours showing you guys everything we get up to. So if you want to check that out, drop a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in Barcelona next time. Boom.